I have a little scar. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right here. It's right here. And that's where the bullet entered. And it came out right here, right above my eye. And you can't even see it now.
Every human being has certain fundamental rights. The most fundamental is the right to just be secure in our person, period.
About 5 years ago, I met this guy. His name was Derek Morris, and we went to high school together, and we were high school sweethearts, and we lived the high school dream.
Somewhere between 1/4 and 1/3 of all women experience violence in their lifetimes.
Right after high school, I got pregnant. We moved in together, and he started becoming abusive verbally. After a while, became physical.
Even today, people will say to me, you know, I just hate that battering happens, but why don't those women leave?
I didn't know how to leave. I was scared for my life. I was scared for my son's life.
Can we guarantee their safety when they leave? Until recently, I'd say leave and go where?
Eventually, I did leave him, but he was coming to my job. He was harassing me. He had broken out 3 windows in my car, my mom's back window in her car. After he had broken out the windows in my car, he came to my job and poured gasoline inside my car.
It used to be, if you were a battered woman and somehow were able to call the police or someone else called the police, they might very well arrive and say, what did you do to provoke him this time?
You know, I made various claims with the Fort Bend County Sheriff's Department. I made a lot of claims with Rosenberg PD, Richmond PD. I mean, it was ridiculous. Like, the chief of police knew my name. It was that ridiculous. Yeah, August 19th of '06 was the day my life changed. All of a sudden, I just heard this noise, and like my body was vibrating. It was weird. And I realized he had shot me. I woke up 4 days later in ICU. They had covered all the mirrors in the room. They had covered even the paper towel canister because it could show a reflection of me. And I remember I was going to get a CT scan, and I was walking and I saw a mirror, and I said, and I looked, and I didn't know who it was in the mirror.
Change means having a vice president who spent his career working to improve women's lives.
I met Joe Biden a long, long time ago because he was working on these issues. He wrote the Violence Against Women Act years before it passed. And every year he tried to get hearings and he tried to get it passed. And everybody said they were for it. But the truth is, they weren't. When it was time to count the votes and actually get this out of committee, the votes weren't there until President Clinton got elected in '92. It was really the very first time the federal government had ever spoken to issues of violence against women.
My ex was sentenced through that act, and he was punished through that act, and he got 25 years. And for 25 years, I'm carefree. For 25 years, I can see my son grow up into a man. I can ensure his safety, and I can ensure my safety.
And Senator Biden, more passionately than anybody I know, personally, with the power of his passion, changed the narrative on violence against women.
If it wasn't for Joe Biden, my ex might still be out there calling my phone and breaking my windows in my car and taking my son for weeks without me seeing him. Now I realize my son won't have a father, but now I know, like, my son has me. My son has his mother.
Joe Biden wrote the Violence Against Women Act, so we finally treat domestic violence like the heinous crime that it is. And in case you're wondering, John McCain voted against that legislation.
I was always for Obama, but when he added Joe Biden to the ticket, it like sweetened the deal because he was an advocate for women. He was trying to protect us the whole time. If it wasn't for him, no telling if my ex would have actually even got as much time as he did, if the judge would have even cared.
I just trust Barack Obama and Joe Biden to do it right. And the consequences of not doing it for women are breathtaking.
I'm so glad that Obama and Biden speak up for us, because without them, who would do it? Who would be our voice? Who would fight for us? I came home and I just looked a wreck, and my son didn't make me feel like one. He made me feel like I was still a princess, like nothing mattered as long as his mommy was there. That was the moment I was really thankful that I was still alive.